From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Carl Konevsky.
Among Delaware's top stories for Friday, February 23rd, James Cook takes the stand in his own defense at his murder trial. Wilmington police now say they know who this man is, but need your help finding him. And Mayor Baker says the city's financial picture looks a lot better. Here are the details. The man accused of killing University of Delaware student Lindsey Bonestell allowed to return to the courtroom for his trial. Not only was James Cook back in the courtroom after being removed several times for repeated outbursts, but he gave testimony for about 3 hours in his defense on Thursday. Cook told the jury he never wanted a mentally ill defense, saying that was the idea of his public defender, who he accused of misrepresenting him. Cook did admit to having sex with Bonestell, but he says he, quote, didn't kill nobody. He's accused of raping and killing Bonestell in May 2005, then setting her apartment on fire to hide the evidence. Wilmington police say they now know the identity of a man who held up a downtown bank on Wednesday. Police are looking for 33-year-old Edwin Rivas and plan to charge him with the robbery of the Citizens Bank at 16th and DuPont Streets. Rivas is alleged to have handed a teller a note claiming he had a weapon and then taking off with cash. Police are asking you to give them a call if you know where Rivas might be. Some unanswered questions after a man was hit by a train in Stanton Thursday afternoon. The engineer told police he saw the man sitting by the tracks as he passed by, but didn't see the man move. Nonetheless, the Jersey-bound freight train hit the man. Police aren't sure how or why. Well, as the city approaches another budget cycle, Mayor Baker says the future looks bright, but warns against misunderstanding the total picture. Wilmington ended the last budget period with a surplus in excess of $22 million, according to the latest comprehensive annual financial report. Baker says more than $12 million of that surplus is from revenue resources that will not be repeated, including $6 million in wage taxes from the Bank of America acquisition of MBNA. The city also receives additional revenue from the state under the county seat financial relief legislation passed by the General Assembly. Baker is pushing for fiscal restraint and accountability in spending your tax dollars as preparations are being made for the new budget. Well, tomorrow's scientists show off their talents at a local science fair. Details when WDEL News continues in a moment.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let Dart do the driving.
I do all my shopping with Dart. It's the most convenient way to shop the outlets, and it saves me money.
Now save even more. Get up to 40% off with a discounted Dart card online at dartfirststate.com or at your local Acme Market.
At this rate, with the money I save riding Dart, I have a new pair of shoes every week.
Travel smart. Choose Dart.
Governor Minner has some heated words for the state climatologist about global warming, telling David Legates he shouldn't use his title when he issues his contrarian opinions about global warming. In a letter last week, Minner told Legates his views on climate change don't represent the view of her administration, and any future statements on public policy matters should be issued only on his own behalf or the University of Delaware, where he works as a geography professor. Last year, Legates identified himself as the state climatologist when he co-wrote a friend of the court brief opposing a lawsuit filed by Delaware and other states to force federal regulation of greenhouse gases. Scientists at Johns Hopkins University say they may have found a link between undersized infants and chemical compounds used by DuPont to produce nonstick cookware, firefighting foam, and other products. Officials say the results found that infants with fairly low levels of the chemical C8 and a second chemical known as PFOS showed very small decreases in birth weight and head circumference. DuPont officials say the study has not changed the company's belief that C8 isn't a health threat. Well, you know it's not easy being a parent, and you need all the help you can get. And that was the focus of a parent leadership conference in Wilmington. WDEL's Melanie Armstrong reports.
Moms and dads learned how to make better relationships with their children at the Delaware Parent Leadership Day at Easy on Mount Carmel United Methodist Church. Maria Gonzalez of Newark says there's no handbook when it comes to her 13-year-old daughter.
She says she know everything, but I try to say, I'm your mother, I want to learn more about, it's my first old daughter,
Well, we talk about if you have any problems, like my daughter right now has separation anxiety, and we talk about that. We talk about, if anything's bothering you, or just to learn, I guess, to try to be, the best parent I can be.
Parents can make mistakes and still be good parents.
A good parent actually is any parent who does the best they know to do with the information that they have, whether they be poor, middle class, or upper class. With the information they have, as they gain information, they're doing all they know for their children. That is a good parent.
February is National Parent Leadership Month, which calls attention to the roles parents play in strengthening their families and communities. Melanie Armstrong, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Scientists of tomorrow show off their experimental abilities. About 300 students from schools throughout the area are taking part in the 12th annual Newcastle County Science Expo at Del Tech in Stanton. Members of Del Tech's faculty volunteer to assist with judging, along with representatives from area companies. Local winners get invited to participate in the Delaware Valley Science Fair held in Philadelphia. Last year, 60% of the Newcastle County Expo winners invited to the regional competition took home awards. There are no more undefeated teams in the Colonial Athletic Association thanks to a major upset by the Delaware women's basketball team. WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware every weekday morning, 5:30 to 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, if you were one of the 3,000 people in attendance at the Bob Carpenter Center last night, you saw something that's never happened before. The Delaware women's basketball team downed to number 22 James Madison 77-67. Last night's win marked the first time a Delaware team has beaten a ranked opponent on its home floor in 8 tries. WDEL's Sean Green has details.
Monte Ross and Casey Keeler joined a crowd of 3,000 last night to watch Delaware battle number 22 James Madison. Hens get off to a good start in the first half. Chrissy Fisher, this three from the top of the key, one of her 2 of the night, and the Hens had the early 2-point lead. James Madison would keep it close. Leslie Dickinson makes the steal. She'd go coast to coast for the easy layup. She had 11. The Lady Dukes were down just by 3. Hens, though, go on a late first half run. Good ball movement sets up Courtney Irving at the free throw line. Her jumper was good. She had 6, and the Hens led by 7 at the break. Second half, the Hens begin to pull away. James Madison drives inside, but blocked by Farrah Ferguson. One of her 3 sets up Kyle DeHaven going coast to coast. The pass to Tyrissa Smith for the layup and the foul. She had a career-high 32, and the Hens were up by 13. Hens would keep it that way. Here's Chrissy Fisher at the right elbow. Unguarded, so she'll go right in for the easy layup. She had 22, and the Hens still led by 12. Finally, it was Elena Koshansky trying to run some clock out at the top of the key, finding a wide-open Tyrissa Smith. Her jumper was good, and the celebration was on. Delaware upsets James Madison 77-67. Reporting from Newark, I'm Sean Green, 1150 AM, WDEL Sports.
Glenn Wesley scored a shorthanded goal just 16 seconds into overtime as the Carolina Hurricanes edged the Flyers 3-2. Former Flyer Rod Brindamore reached the 20-goal mark for the 12th time in his 18-year career, scoring the first goal of the game. The Flyers host the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow night at the Wachovia Center. And the Sixers and Utah Jazz made a deal before the NBA trading deadline yesterday. The Sixers sent little-used veteran forward Alan Henderson to the Jazz for the right to trade second-round draft picks in the upcoming draft. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. More sun than clouds today, windy, a high of 39 degrees. Tonight, clear and cold with a low down to 19. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, high of 39. Then on Sunday, cloudy with afternoon rain, possibly mixing with sleet and snow, a high of 34 degrees. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Carl Konevsky in for Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.